Hello, today's video is a little bit of a cautionary tale and why I think you should not build a SaaS business with GoHighLevel. My name is Pamela Dale, your GHL gal, and I want to break down a few things that I've stumbled across working with dozens of businesses building a SaaS company. I was recently at the Level Up GHL conference in November of 2022. And I was actually quite surprised at the number of businesses there that did not have a SaaS business with over 100 users or 100 people that had purchased their SaaS. And I found it quite astonishing. And I found it actually quite exciting because it tells me that there's a lot of room out there for people who actually want to build a SaaS business. But as I was talking to people, I started to notice some things and I wanted to bring them to your attention. The first thing that was quite shocking was the number of people that were coming up to me and others because they were telling me that, how can I just make $10,000 a month really quick? What's the fast way to do this? And I was like, whoa, I was actually quite shocked. So immediately I knew, first, I'm not talking to business owners. They've not built a business successfully before. Or if they have, they thought that this business was get rich quick, which I'm telling you, it is not. It is just like every business. And I say, you need a room in your house for crying. That's part of this process, right? Can I get an amen? If you've built any type of business, you know that this is extremely difficult work. So what were some other mistakes? Well, the other mistake was I saw people heading like headfirst into the business without doing the front end work. There are a couple of things I think you need to do on the front end. And the first is the thinking work. We think we can just let's just go after real estate agents. Don't have any interest in real estate, first of all, never been a real estate agent, don't even understand the real estate industry, what the real estate, like you can hear me, right? They haven't done the front end competitive work and they've not dug in to determine what's the problem, the real problem that you're going to solve. And this, I'm telling you, takes it's thinking work. And when I say thinking work, I mean, you've got to break out and break free and get into a place in your heart, mind, and soul where those ideas and that energy comes from. And this takes us, especially as entrepreneurs, to an uncomfortable place because we need to slow down. This I saw missing over and over and over again. What are you offering? What's this? And I'm like, but it's the same as the other 16 people that I just talked to. There was no real niche selected offer that was even remotely close to the problem that the industry was trying to solve. And this is challenging. We've got to go talk to the business owners. We've got to go and like dozens of them if you can and do your competitive research. Then you can come out with the problem that you're going to solve. A lot of them didn't have a real problem that anybody would pay for or that was any different than the other people. So spending this time up front is very, very powerful. There are a number of ways to put together an offer. It could be software with a service. It could be software and a service. It could be software as a service. So thinking about how you could bundle that together with the other things that you do so that you can create a really powerful ecosystem around your business. Whether or not you did the additional work of building out funnels or building out marketing campaigns, or you farmed that out or you partnered with someone, because it creates this beautiful, my services need my software and my software needs my services. And the people that I found were the most successful had that locked in. They had it dialed in and they were in 1,000 users, 2,000 users. And we're talking about a multiple $1 million run rate on that type of business. That is incredibly sexy. The other thing I find quite astonishing when I'm talking to business owners, not only just with SaaS, but in any business, I run the example of what if you were building a Pizza Hut business? You need rent and you need to buy your signs and you need to go through training and you need to pay your franchise fees. You need to get your staff trained. You need to pay rent, etc. When I talk to a business owner about just some pretty branding, like something that's beautiful on the front that's going to grab people, they don't even want to spend $1 on a logo. Never mind anything else that needs to be done to make sure that that business is represented really well online. And I think this start a business for $100 and get online has really done us a disservice, because to stand out today, it's harder than it was. So talking to somebody who built a business 4 years ago, different game, right? And if you're thinking about building a SaaS and it's going to make you $4 or $5 million a year, wouldn't you spend a couple $1,000s out front? I was shocked at how many would not. They won't pay for support. They won't pay for anybody to even sit down and try to help them think through this problem that they're going to solve and putting together the offer. I was actually quite surprised. The other thing that is quite shocking is I think they didn't understand churn rate. What do I mean by churn rate? It's the number of people that are eventually going to stop using your service. And if you don't figure out churn, meaning how to keep people in the business, they're selling out front, but they're not supporting. Found that to be astonishing. So they're on this treadmill, or they've got a leaky bucket that they can't quite fill up. So without thinking through support and how are you going to help your business owners actually fully solve the problem that you're saying that you can help them solve, not just giving them software, is really powerful. Support is one of the number one issues I saw lacking. People are not willing to help the people on the software, either through customized trainings or a call, even just once a week. I was actually quite surprised by that. I know, talking to the most successful business owners there, that's what they chirped all day long. Support, 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 support. The other thing that I think is really powerful, I touched on it a little bit at the beginning when I was talking about real estate agents. The people in this business have absolutely no passion for what they're doing. For the business owner, for the problem that they're solving, for the commitment that they've made to the universe to fulfill on their own reason for being here. There's nothing like that tied in. They don't want to actually even talk to and work with the niche that they've chosen. That's going to show through. So businesses make money. It will make money. There's no business model more sexy today than software, because people, even in recessions, will stay on the software, right? The churn rate is 9% versus in the client game, it's 100%. The moment you get a client is the day that you are closer to not having a client. But people don't realize this, right? That client is going to leave. They're done with you. They don't like you. Whatever the reasoning is, they come and go. And you know what I mean. You're constantly. But what if you had an ecosystem of people that would stay at a 9% churn rate, which is high, and you sold them more on top of it because they're in your system? So I want you to tap into your why. What is it that you want this business to do for you? Yes, it's hard. Yes, you're not going to sleep. You're going to have to work like you do when you're opening a Pizza Hut, right? You know it. So what is it that's going to push you past and get you through the uncomfortable thinking work, get you through the initial fears around your own money mindset? What is it that's going to ask you to put the money and the time and the energy aside, knowing that you could run a $3 million business that we haven't even talked about selling it? So in my experience there and in business, these are the things I come up against all the time. You shouldn't be in business if you are not willing to do the things that I talked about, the thinking work, the offer, making sure that you're taking care of your people, that you understand what it looks to build a business, that you've tapped into something that's going to give you the energy that you're going to need to push through to make this work so that you can have the business and the life, right? Isn't that why we do this? That you really love. Now, I'm an expert in this. As you probably, if you've been around my world for a while, you know I love high level, and you know I love businesses, and I love helping people make money. If you'd like my help in any of these steps, I'd love to help you. You can reach out down below. We'll talk soon.